Let's imagine a one-dimensional world, represented here by the vertical red line. We also assume that time is an additional real dimension. The one-dimensional inhabitant experiences the effects of time but remains bound to moments. Exactly as we saw in an earlier animation of the cosmos shifting in time. But light requires a different approach. The interweaving of light and time suggests that light also travels through the time dimension. Now we emit light from a fixed location using a sodium lamp through our one-dimensional world. A one-dimensional scientist examines the beam for deviations like redshift. He notes here that the spectral lines still match the wavelength of sodium light. But now, imagine the one-dimensional world of the scientist is curved. We can see this in the animation. Now, the scientist in his one-dimensional world will measure a longer wavelength for sodium light. The farther he is from the light source, the greater the redshift he measures. Let's imagine spacetime as spherical. Not a strange thought, even Einstein imagined it that way. For this animation we again subtract 2 dimensions from spacetime. Our one-dimensional world is now curved into a circle. The light moves through a 2-dimensional spacetime with a holographic projection on the curve. Here too, with an increase in distance from the light source, a more pronounced redshift is observed. But this applies only to the one-dimensional observer. The curvature of his world causes a divergent perception of time. In this context, the 2-dimensional holographic projection causes the wavelength distortion. Just as a 3-dimensional cube is distorted in a 2-dimensional representation. Something quite distinct from redshift due to the source's receding. We've returned to our pulsating universe. With the explanation of the redshift of distant objects, now a more comprehensible concept. The presence of mass alongside pure energy now even makes an imminent Big Crunch plausible. The opposite of what is commonly assumed. In such a scenario, All energy within the universe ultimately transforms into mass according to the formula E equals mc squared. The energy source for this is the Big Bang in the paired universe, the entangled force field. The theory presented in this video does not rely on extensive scientific research. It's merely a fundamentally different approach to what we can observe in the universe. Upon confirmation, many assumptions from a different perspective will need to be re-evaluated. But even from this newly launched theory, numerous new research areas open up. For instance, where can we find sufficiently compressed energy for mass formation? Are there hotspots or still unexplained force fields that could lead to mass formation sooner? To what extent do uncertainties and quanta play a role in the uneven distribution of mass? And so forth.